Some people spend their entire lives preparing for a future. They never actually enter. They think deeply, plan carefully, analyze every possibility, but somehow they still feel stuck. And the strange part is, many of these people are actually intelligent, self-aware, capable, thoughtful, yet their own mind slowly becomes the very thing holding them back. Have you ever noticed this about yourself? You replay conversations long after they end. You imagine worst-case scenarios before taking action. You delay decisions because you want to make the right choice. And without realizing it, your life slowly becomes trapped inside thought instead of movement. What if overthinking is not actually a sign of intelligence? What if it is fear wearing the mask of intelligence? Some of the most mentally exhausted people are not physically overworked. They are simply trapped inside constant mental noise, thinking, analyzing, predicting, rehearsing over and over and over again. And the dangerous thing is, overthinking feels productive. It feels responsible. It feels safe. It feels like progress. But many times, it is simply emotional paralysis. The human brain is designed to protect us from uncertainty, and intelligent people are especially good at imagining consequences. They can instantly picture failure, rejection, embarrassment, regret before anything even happens. So instead of taking action, they stay inside their minds because thinking feels safer than risking disappointment. You tell yourself, I just need a little more clarity. I'll start once I feel more confident. I need to think about it more. But weeks pass, then months, and eventually years. And one day you quietly realize something painful. You were not lacking intelligence. You were lacking movement. One of the biggest traps of overthinking is that the brain mistakes thinking for progress. Reading more, planning more, researching more, watching more videos, waiting for the perfect moment, all of it creates the illusion that your life is moving forward. But deep down, you know something is missing. This is why many intelligent people secretly feel frustrated with themselves, because internally they know so much, but externally their life remains unchanged. And this creates a painful cycle. The more stuck you feel, the more you think. And the more you think, the harder action becomes. Overthinkers often prepare for conversations more than they prepare for life itself. They rehearse situations that never even happen. They fight imaginary futures inside their minds every single day. And slowly, their own thoughts stop feeling like guidance and start feeling like a prison. Self-awareness is powerful, but without self-compassion, self-awareness becomes self-destruction. You replay mistakes, analyze your flaws, question your abilities, compare yourself to other people, and eventually, your own mind becomes a courtroom. Every decision feels dangerous. Every mistake feels personal. Every risk feels emotionally heavy. This is why many intelligent people struggle with confidence, not because they are incapable, but because they are constantly mentally attacking themselves. And here is the strange paradox. The people who think the deepest often trust themselves the least because they can imagine too many possible outcomes, too many ways things could go wrong, too many reasons to hesitate, and eventually thinking becomes emotional self-protection. Many overthinkers are not truly searching for the perfect path. They are trying to avoid emotional pain, pain of failure, pain of judgment, pain of regret, pain of not being enough. So the mind keeps searching for certainty, but life rarely gives certainty first. And this is where many people become trapped for years. They wait to feel fully ready, fully confident, fully certain. But confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes from action. You build confidence by speaking, by trying, by failing, by surviving uncomfortable experiences, not by endlessly thinking about them. No amount of thinking can replace lived experience. At some point, you must stop trying to perfectly predict life and finally begin participating in it. The people who grow are not always the smartest people. Often, they are simply the people willing to move while still uncertain. They act before they feel fully ready. They understand something powerful. Clarity is often created through movement, not before it. And maybe this is the hidden cost of overthinking. Your mind becomes so obsessed with protecting your life that it quietly prevents you from living it. The solution is not to stop thinking completely. Deep thinking is a gift, but your mind should become a tool, not a prison. So how do you escape the overthinking trap? First, shorten the distance between thought and action. Do not give fear endless time to grow. Second, stop treating every decision like life or death. Most decisions are reversible. Third, accept imperfect movement, because action creates momentum, and momentum creates clarity. Finally, learn to trust yourself, not your thoughts, yourself. Because confidence is not built through endless analysis, it is built through evidence. Every small action teaches your brain, I can handle uncertainty. Maybe your mind was never the enemy. Maybe it simply became overprotective. Maybe somewhere along the way, thinking started feeling safer than living. But there comes a point where excessive thinking stops protecting your future and starts stealing your present. Your life will not change because you finally think the perfect thought. It changes the moment you begin moving, despite uncertainty. Because clarity is not found only in thinking. Sometimes clarity is found in motion. And maybe the version of you that feels free, confident, alive, is waiting on the other side of action.